going on today?
So we had day 2 today. We decided to start with a bang. We already woke up earlier. We had some masterminds. We put all the stuff on the 7th floor. You guys can see it later on today. It's a big place. We have a patio as well. So stay tuned for day 2.
This is how legends are made.
Regardless of where you come from, you can do whatever and you can be whoever you want to be, because you know a lot of times people are going to try to tell you because you come from there, you don't have a lot of money, you don't deserve to be with the wealthy people. I mean, that's some bullshit. It doesn't matter where you come from, what matters is how much you want it, how hungry you are for more, and if you do it well, you're going to do it.
You struggle right now, you're not seeing the results, you're being like, you know what, I'm putting in this work, it's not happening, I don't know what's happening right now. Guess what? I kind of did it. I'm seeing a little result. Check the iGenius leaderboard, please. So my entire thing is just leading by example, not talking about it, but doing it, because I know that people do what I do, not what I say.
The best person that I can be and be a self-sufficient individual and not have to rely on other people.
Very good.
What I disagree on is my why is never the same. It changes from day to day, every single day.
You want to make a lot of money for a lot of time? Be a shark. You guys know their names because they take themselves that important. The reason a lot of y'all are not going to win big is because you don't take yourself that serious. So what you guys have to understand is being in this room, 1, I don't believe you. 2, I don't need to be your friend. 3, you don't need to like me. But 4, I'm going to tell you the truth. And the truth is this. A lot of y'all are so attached to who you be that you can't make money for who you're going to become. That's the truth. So you guys got to understand that if you are in a position right now that is comfortable, and some people, their current position is so comfortable that nothing's going to happen until the comfort turns to pain, and that pain outweighs the change. You kind of sort of want to make some more money. You kind of sort of want to leave your job. You got to look at your job like, hey, look, if I were escaping from jail and I did a jail break and I didn't make it, they're going to lock me up again. That's you and your job. You have 3 months, 4 months maybe to figure it out, and if you don't figure it out, you go back to a job. That's terrible. A lot of y'all don't act like that. You act like you got so much time.
That's the thing that I look out for. I love more the success stories that takes time, more the success stories that don't take time. Because I know that relates to a lot of people.
Like iron from the fire, getting stronger. This is how legends are made. Above it all, untouchable.
Can you give us a shot?
It's not the million calls that we have. Obviously, we all know good lighting, look decent, dress nice. We're not gonna go over those things. But when you're posting on social media, whether it's story, feed, reels, TikToks, you wanna have 5 things that you're focusing on. And those 5 things can be all in the same day or in the week. But never have a week pass without having those 5 things, right? Number 1, value. You gotta have some value. For my ladies, you go to the hair salon, you get a blow dry. Talk about why that blow dry was saving you time, and that time was so valuable because you work on your phone and you can make way more than that $50 that you're paying to that salon, right? That you can turn a lifestyle into value. Because if we keep posting that we're cute, we're beautiful, we look amazing, there's no value. You just look like another IG model. People are gonna think you have OnlyFans. You gotta have some real substance and some real value. Guys, I've been invited to one of the biggest stages, actually 2 big stages. Not because I have more followers or anything, but because I post the value. So make sure you post the value, whether it's on your story. And again, when you're talking about value, you're not really just creating it, right? I read a book, I listen to a podcast, I just listen something, I write it down, I go ahead and just talk about it in my own words. People relate to those things. All the time, I just go in your story because I was sad and I got some motivation. It literally takes 2 seconds. So make sure you have value. That's number 1. Number 2, want to have lifestyle. This is lifestyle, right? You have your Starbucks coffee. That's lifestyle. Gym. I post my gym every single day. That's lifestyle. People know that. I'm dedicated, right? That's lifestyle. You want to post the lifestyle. Number 3, iGenius. You don't want to post all the fun stuff when people are like, oh, I didn't even know you have a business. I follow people that have over 1 million followers. Until today, I do not know what they do. I do not know what they sell. I can't buy what I don't know what they sell. So make sure, and again, these are big people that I'm talking about. So make sure you're very clear with people, right, on your social media, on your story, that hey, I am an IG. Number 4, you. I don't want to follow just someone that looks cute. I want to know who you are. Give me some substance, right? What do you like? What kind of food you like? What kind of men, woman you like? Talk about it. No, I'm not even joking. If I want to do a business with Jawad, I need to know who Jawad is. Because I don't want to be catfished in business. I want to have the real person that I'm working with. And the last thing, which is the 5th thing, is vision. People tell me, Afnan, all the time, Afnan, I don't have the Burberry, I don't have, the Gucci, the Chanel. How do I, show the lifestyle? How do I show everything? Well, you gotta talk about vision. I've been talking, okay, I wanna have this X amount of stories. I wanna have, for the longest time, I wanna have a European team. And I say it on my social media. I'm sharing the vision, even when it was non-existent. But I'm talking about it, and people are watching, so if they're from here, like, oh wait, she's building, okay, I'm gonna keep an eye, maybe I'm gonna reach out, maybe I wanna be that leader, so we wanna always share the vision.
We're cooking today for the team. Yesterday we emptied their cup, today we filled the cup and then filled their stomach. So stay tuned.
This is how legends are made. This is how legends are made. I've got that lightning inside me. Oh, just you watch. This
And before you leave, how about you give us your biggest takeaway?
Biggest takeaway is I've learned consistency, discipline, and to know your true power.
I love that.
I really appreciate it, and I'm so grateful to be here, and I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Biggest takeaway from the last 2 days that I've been in this boot camp is you need to leverage with the experts. You need to build a team. There is no I in team, so just know you always have someone around you to support you, to keep you going, to keep you motivated. But most importantly, you need to be around like-minded individuals. If you aren't around like-minded individuals, that light is going to dim. So make sure you're around people that are going to inspire you. Be around people that are already successful. That's gonna motivate you to be at their level. That's what motivates me, so let's do it.
So my biggest takeaways was having confidence in doing something that you're not really comfortable with makes the process easier, and having fear into going into doing that one thing pushes you to do that one thing, and then that confidence will just make life easier.
Let's go!
Okay guys, my biggest takeaway from today is that first of all, I learned how to interact with the team better, be a better leader, lead my team in the most beautiful way possible, because I learned everything that I've been doing so far. I learned how to do it better, and being here with all the top leaders, being here with the team, it's an incredible feeling every single time, not just today. And yesterday it was incredible because not only we pushed ourselves to do better, but we learned a lot of things as well.
My biggest takeaway from this bootcamp, it was that I need to trust myself even more. I have huge trust on my team, but I need to trust myself even more.
Okay, biggest takeaway this weekend has taught me how to lead my team properly and be dependent on others just as much as they're depending on me. Because it helps me and them, because I can't take a step without them taking a step with me, because if I take a step alone, I'm going further and they're gonna stay behind.
Biggest takeaway is limitations aren't real, and I noticed that when I was doing the tree trekking yesterday. I honestly did not think I had the strength for it, and I actually did it, and I was very surprised, and that just reminded me that limitations are not real whatsoever. So keep pushing, keep going, go push past your limits, because you have more that you can do and you're just not pushing hard enough.
Yo, what's up? So we just finished a crazy boot camp here in Toronto. Honestly, all I have to say is, because I've seen these cycles go over and over again, waves of teams for GC pop in and out, and after 4 years of being in this thing, every year the team gets better. And I gotta say that just my biggest message for all of you is just don't be a fly on the wall, don't just listen to these things and be a part of the group. Don't be a number, don't be a statistic, don't just end up leaving this because of whatever reason that you have. Stay the course, apply the action, take the notes, and I'll see you guys on the other side.
What's good, guys? We just finished a crazy event this weekend. The boot camp was absolutely nuts. You guys got to make sure you do not miss the next one, right? Proximity is literally everything. I'm going to tell you that is my biggest takeaway. Challenge yourself and get around the right people. You do as they do. You get what they get every single time. But remember, EVENT stands for elevating vision and eliminating negative thoughts. So you got to make sure you're around I'm gonna see you guys at the top because the bottom is way too crowded. Peace.
We're at treetop trekking, climbing trees with the team yesterday. I see two types of people, right? Some people were, kind and cautious and courteous of the trees and the slingshots and all this, that, but we saw some people moving through the courses with a level of urgency. You see, I looked at that and I connected it with the business. I was like, okay, well, if some people have the mindset that I'm gonna be courteous and cautious and that's how I'm gonna move, they apply that same sort of mindset towards their business. We're in a business of speed. You guys probably heard the term. Speed equals success, or speed leads to success. So in the same way, the people that are running through the course with the mindset that, regardless of what comes in my way, I'm gonna just be aggressive and, do what needs to be done to actually get to where it is we wanna be. Those are the people that not only win in life, but in business. Show the plan, be the man. You see, some people show the plan, but they aren't the man or the woman. You have to become that person, because at the end of the day, our products are amazing. Don't get me wrong. You have to have that level of urgency. And people are not buying into your product, they're buying into you. Remember that? Let's go.
If you're not having fun with the business, oh my God, it's gonna be so hard for you if you're not having fun. I was going through the last obstacle, right? And it was one of the hardest one. And I remember thinking to this, like, this is so hard, but it's so fun at the same time. And I was like, this is exactly how business is. Like, sometimes you're gonna go through storms, sometimes you're gonna go through obstacles, but you need to be having fun at that time. You need to be laughing at your problems. You need to keep going, keep going, keep going. And there's no way back. So whatever it is that you're going through right now, whatever situation you're going through in your business, make sure to have fun.
My biggest takeaway is when you're taking risks in this life, and it's the same thing in business, you gotta do the thing, you gotta announce it whatever you're doing, and then figure it out as you go. Because if you're trying to figure out things and then announce it, you'll never end up doing it. So start announcing things and then figure out how you do it.
My biggest takeaway from this weekend was, so when we're doing treetop trekking, so this is an activity where you're climbing trees, you're doing some jungle stuff, and you have someone behind you and someone in front of you. Someone in front of you that's you're watching what they're doing, someone behind you that can possibly instruct you. And that's the same thing in business, where you're gonna have people that are ahead of you in business, you're gonna have people behind you in business, but you can learn from both. You can see the people in front of you, what mistakes they made, so you don't have to repeat them, but you can also learn from people behind you who can, inform you and give you some advice, because you can learn from both aspects of business. It's very important to have. That was my biggest takeaway from this weekend.
Biggest takeaway from this weekend was facing your fears. Once you recognize that a fear is only an illusion that you create in your mind, that's exactly what it is. Me, I'm terrified of heights. At least that was the story that I kept telling myself until I got up in the trees. And then I finished the obstacle course and I thought to myself, wow, that was actually a lot more fun and it wasn't as scary as I thought it would be. So a lot of people will talk themselves out of doing the business or talk themselves out of doing stuff that makes them uncomfortable because they have this fear or this story that they continue to tell themselves, but all it is an illusion. It's just a story. When you change the story, then you will overcome that fear.
My biggest takeaway from this weekend, especially at the GC Xtreme Bootcamp, was that sometimes you have to pull yourself out of your hard situations. I went down a zip line, I was literally stuck in the middle, it was the very last course, and there was no one that was gonna get up there for at least 20 minutes to help me. I really figured out that, hey, I'm either gonna have to take myself all the way to the beginning of this zip line or all the way to the end, use my muscles and got myself to the end. There was no one there to save me. My biggest takeaway was sometimes you have to be the one that saves yourself and others will follow and learn from you.
This is how legends are made. This is how legends are made.
My friends, my family, this wraps up our 2-day bootcamp. Day 1, we said we're emptying their cup by the physical challenge part, and today we filled their cup with a lot of knowledge from a lot of different leaders, as you guys saw in the videos. I'm so grateful for everybody that showed up, and I cannot wait. This is the first bootcamp in North America or in English. We're gonna have so many more for you guys to have success with GC. I want you guys to stay on the top and always be number one, because GC is number one forever, and I'll see you guys soon.
This is how legends are made.